You ever notice how every time we start gaining power, somebody shows up talking about unity? Harold Cruse said that's not unity, that's management. Because every revolution that doesn't control its own culture is just begging to be owned by someone else. And that's exactly what he warned us about, decades before it happened. They buried his name because he was right too early, and too black for white liberals, but too honest for black elites. Harold Cruse wasn't a slogan guy. He was born in 1916, raised in Harlem, right in the middle of that cultural explosion that gave us Langston Hughes, Billie Holiday, all of it. He joined the Communist Party because he wanted liberation, not charity. But then he realized something. Even the radicals were parroting European ideas. They wanted freedom, but they wanted it on Marxist terms. So Cruz walked away and built a language of his own. One that said that black people couldn't just fight for inclusion. We had to fight for infrastructure. In 1967, he wrote The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual. It wasn't just a critique, it was an autopsy. He said the movement failed because we gave the culture away. We gave white liberals our art, our politics, our voice, and they handed us awards for it. Meanwhile, we owned nothing. He said the Negro intellectual has been a political orphan. And what he meant was, we built everything except our own institutions. That book called out everybody, from integrationists chasing approval to radicals chasing ideology. He said that you can't borrow somebody else's blueprint for your own freedom. And that's the line that still burns. He said we don't just need representation, we need control. They called him angry. They said he was too harsh. But he wasn't angry, he was exhausted. He watched the Harlem Renaissance turn into entertainment. He watched activism become branding. And he watched universities teach about revolution while firing the revolutionaries. So he went into academia himself, not to fit in, but to build something. He created one of the first African American studies programs at the University of Michigan. And he told every student who'd listen, art is politics, and politics is economics. If you don't own them, you don't own anything. Harold Cruse died in 2005. No big send-off, no national tribute. But if you look around today, every one of his predictions came true. Black creativity, monetized. Black pain, marketed. Black movements, funded by the very systems they claim to fight. He told us that we had the passion for freedom, but not the plan for power. And that's still the truth. Harold Cruse didn't want followers. He wanted architects. And until we stop letting other people design our liberation, his crisis is still ours. Say his name, Harold Cruse.